Oh my goodness. Lea Michele was not a disappointment.
No.
She is everything everybody said she was. Hi, I'm Reba Hervis, Artistic Director at Overshadowed Theatrical Productions. Welcome to this week's episode From the Wings.
From New York.
From New York, yes. We are actually today at the little coffee shop that's inside of the Westin. They were just so kind to us. It's like I have found that all the people we have met in New York have just been really gracious and fun. And
is that
this
surprising?
Is a spirit, yes.
Because I don't know why I thought it was like New York rude, like push and shove, which walking
is that way, but that might be tourists.
Yeah.
Who knows who those are. But you're right, walking is different. But
locals talking.
Yeah, it's just been a really, really pleasant time. So I love New York, and I think Rebecca does too, even though she still might say Chicago's the best.
I have to, born and raised, but I love New York.
It has been a great vacation.
Oh my goodness. Already scheming how we're going to get back to go to the 9/11 museum.
So we need 55 new followers. All right. Well, yesterday we went to see Funny Girl yesterday afternoon. And oh my goodness, Lea Michele was not a disappointment. No. She is everything everybody said she was. Those of you know that followed an earlier YouTube that we had done, we talked about Lea Michele and just her relationship and the way she treats different people, and the fact that Funny Girl was failing on Broadway, but at the beginning people were like, why did not you hire Lea Michele to play Fanny Brice? Because she had sung the song Don't Rain on My Parade on a Glee episode, and everybody's like, there is nobody else who can play this part. And I understand why. And they say that she did indeed save the show, that people now started coming to see the show, and I'm telling you, that's why we came, and I'm glad we saw it.
She made it. Do you think she made the show? I
think she makes the show. Yeah. Don't you think?
Oh yeah.
The play starts out at the end of the play. So she's sitting at her dressing room table, and her assistant comes in, and she's like, okay, I'm going to take care of this dress or robe or coat for you, and she says, okay, I'm sitting here, and you can tell that she either is afraid to go on or that she's sad, but you don't really know why. And then she steps out of that dressing area room and walks into her house as a little girl. And in that moment, you meet her mother and two of her friends, and you kind of see this passion for Fanny's, that she wants to be a performer. She wants to be on Broadway. She wants to sing. She wants to travel. And so she's a hustler. She goes and she meets the guy that we were talking about, who's the incredible Tapper, and she meets him, and she kind of forces her way into it. She's not a great dancer, as we said before, and so he's like, you're not going to be in the show. You can't do this. She goes, no, but let me sing. And so when she does, she brings down the house, and he's like, okay, I'm going to find a place for you in my show. From there, she continues to have supporters, and her fame grows and grows and grows. But in the process, she meets this guy who she falls in love with. So one of my favorite quotes or favorite lessons points comes towards the end when her mother's talking to her and says, sometimes you have to love them less and respect them more. And I think that just gives you so much to think about. Yeah. But the reason that it's important for Fanny is that she's such a strong woman that is kind of a source of grief or strain in the relationship with this guy, that she is like, I am coming after you. I want to marry you. I don't want you to leave me. I want you to do things my way. Yeah. What do you want me to do? Let me give you a check for that. Let me fix that. And in it, you find out that there's more to companionship in life. And a good relationship is healthy on all fronts, right? So it's got a really good lesson in it too, right?
Deep. It was because there's obviously love story within this beautiful play. Deep lessons. Yeah. I was like, oh, I was very surprised.
Yeah.
And the music that went along with it was beautiful. Like some of the duets.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I totally agree. It's funny. It's like, I got to tell you, it's funny.
I was going to say, it's funny. Girl, it's funny.
Girl, it's funny. I would say that there are things that I enjoyed so much about the music. I told you for both of the other two shows that for me, the music was lacking.
Yep.
This one, the music was everything.
Yeah.
I loved the songs. I loved the different people who sang them
Yeah.
and the performances and what they did with them. I loved it all. But for me, that was kind of all there was.
Dancing though.
Oh, the dancing was good.
There was a tapper.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me of
I
that.
know. Oh,
yeah,
my word.
the tapping was incredible.
Out of the world.
Incredible. So the musical aspects, the
Yes.
performances,
Yes.
the dancing, that's what it was all about for
Yes.
this show. And
But,
it was
yeah,
good.
Yes. But when it comes to being a good musical,
Yeah.
your tech and
Yeah.
your stage are just as important as your actors and actresses.
right.
Where are they? Where are you placing them? It can take you absolutely out of the scene, even though you're like, wow, this person is so incredibly talented. If they're dancing on a stage that takes you out, you're out.
Right.
And it's not as good.
Right. So let's talk about the set.
Yeah.
In Funny Girl.
Yeah. It was at the very beginning, I was like, wow, because they have around one of those moving tables.
Yes.
And I think they really tried to work with that and figure out how to use that.
And use it in a creative and different way.
And they had the kind of the New York alleyway kind of a feeling that they would use, which I thought was also creative. But you kind of felt like it was lacking a little bit.
Well, I think I liked it at the beginning, but every time it would open, it like worked really well when we were looking at the perspective of, okay, the stage is now upstage and you're looking backstage at the perspective. I thought it really worked well on those scenes. Sometimes though, and it also worked well in their home to open it up and do it. But there are other things that were just in between that I felt like,
they almost need to add another set piece to kind of, not be so.
So for me,
same.
I would put it, of the three that we've seen so far, I would definitely put it the third of the set. It didn't really do anything for me. So if you had to compare Ben Platt to Lea Michele, if that was all there was in the two musicals, which one would come out higher?
I would say Lea Michele.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. I think you made a very interesting point yesterday about Lea Michele versus Ben Platt, and she had a stronger script to work with.
She had something to work with.
That is so interesting because both equally talented, I would say.
I
would say
think so
both
too.
are very much so up there, but just
And it was in her wheelhouse. You know, it's like we know that
the world said
like
she could play it.
Yes, if we put her in Wicked,
oh my gosh, she would be such a good alpha by
she
now.
would be great there too, right?
Wow. But if we put her in Cats, no one can do Cats well.
Yeah, I'm not really a Cats fan either.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's true. It depends on what you're in. Are you in your element?
I don't think she's better than Ben.
No.
I think she had something better to work with.
Yeah.
So if the one thing that we haven't really talked about in the last couple of weeks about these things is, were they family friendly? Did they have anything in them that we were opposed to? And I would say that for this one, I would have to read the script and see at the way that it's presented in the script, because it's very obvious in the way they presented it, even though it was not risque, that Fanny Bryce is living with the guy that she's in love with or at least sleeping with him, even if she leaves, for a great deal of time before he decides to leave, and then she decides to go after him. I won't tell you what happens after that because I don't want to give you spoilers. But I think that if we were to do it at Overshadowed, that would be something we would have to see how it was written at the script to see if we could kind of get away from that. I would say, though, that's really kind of the only thing.
I was trying to think. There was not language.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And the other two shows definitely had language.
Yeah.
But this one, I don't remember any bad language in it. And really, she starts off kind of as she doesn't do a strip, but she's definitely in a burlesque.
Oh, is that what that was? I thought they were just pretty girls.
No, it was a burlesque show. Yeah. But I didn't feel like that was even over the top and decent.
No.
So there's choices that I feel like they made really good ones.
Yeah.
And they could have made worse ones.
Yeah.
I feel like overall, it's a safe show to see. Do you think so?
I totally agree.
I still don't know what rating I would give it, but I'd definitely give it 2 thumbs up. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You would definitely go.
So we said New York is more a younger crowd, more lively and fun. We said Parade is definitely deeper, darker, more serious. Where would you put Funny Girl kind of on that spectrum?
I think that it could fit in the middle, don't you think?
I think so. Yeah.
Because it has the elements that older audiences really enjoy with the older music, and I think at the same time, the love story and the lessons that it teaches, they're just They're so powerful, and I think that they're things that younger audiences can really enjoy as well. Yeah.
And goosebumps.
Yeah.
If you really want goosebumps and to hear Leah Michele just belt, incredible. Incredible.
It was funny. Did you feel this way too? That when she's singing, I think the first applause in the middle of a song came in during "Don't Rain on My Parade," right?
Yes.
And it was almost like she just waited because she knew it was going to happen. Like she got done hitting a note, and then she's like holding the pose, and we went crazy, and everybody's screaming and everything, and she just kind of gives this little bit of a smile, and then she goes on. I think she knows she's going to get it every night. Did that make me not like her? Nope.
Because she deserved it. We clapped.
Yeah. She did it. Like, I want to bring up something, too, because I was watching at the end of the time at the curtain call. I really believe her cast, either they're just terrific actors or they really like her. Like, didn't you feel like they were embracing each other and kissing each other on the cheek and they were smiling at each other? I really felt like at the end of the time they were all really a close cast. So,
which I think is big because all the advertisements, I think every single photo is just her face.
Yeah.
And I think everyone is very aware that she saved this
Yep,
show.
I think so
I think
too.
as a cast, and even like the lead guy, like the only person we clapped for when she came on stage the first time was her. No one else. And you even said, "We don't care about you."
I know, it was so crazy because, as you know, in New York, and it hasn't happened as much this time, but I think we've seen a lot of shows that don't have a lot of people that people know about in it, you know? But like New York audiences, they give respect to you as a performer.
The first
time you come out on stage, the audience usually goes crazy.
If they know you.
They did it for Ben Platt, and they also did it for his leading lady. Didn't they, or did they not? They've done it for...
They did.
Yeah, they did for her. But for her, for Leah, they did it for her, and then he walked out afterwards, and there was nothing. And I was like,
and I think that could be a little, it's kind of like, okay, big fish, but I really do
people
believe,
get jealous, us performers.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love it sometime if I walked out on stage and everybody's like,
next time you come to an overshadowed play,
and
whenever the spotlight is on Reba for the beginning.
It'll make me live in my dreams for just a moment.
But I definitely agree. Yeah. I think they really do love her. So I think it's interesting the reason
or respect her.
Ooh, I like that. But I think sometimes even bigger. Yeah. I think you can love someone you don't respect, like we just talked about. Love them less, respect them more.
Right.
And I think because that was the topic that we even started talking about Leah Michele, was she lost so much respect from other castmates. So it's interesting to look at. Maybe she's changed. Maybe those were false allegations. I don't know. But it looks like wherever she is now,
she's at least landed. And, you know, there's something to be said for a person that drives everything as well, right? And so if I hire somebody and they're a monster, not monster in an evil way, but like not treating people the right way, I knew that I hired him because I wanted him to get a job done. So it's like, that's why she was hired, and she did it. So you either got to love her through it or hate her through it, but she did the job.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, amazing.
Although I think it's closing in
September
4th or something. So if you're going to get to New York and see it, you're going to have to do it quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you guys so much for joining us yet again. And until next time, this is just me
and me
talking to you
from the wings from New York.